When you're on listing appointments, I want this to actually work for you and not be an irritant. Well, let me re-say that. I want it to work for you while it's an irritant, okay? Because I'm an agent just like you are, and it's an irritant to me too. Just like, damn, what's it going to be next? I don't know, but it's going to be something. So how could I turn this and actually make this work for me? Okay? Shelley.
I would think that you could pitch it as it's going to protect them down the road with making sure that there's nothing that comes back to them as a...
It's actually not, you're talking about them, the homeowner? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's, you know what we're doing? We're risk shifting. I'm taking the risk off of my plate and off of your plate, and I'm shifting it onto your homeowner's plate. So when somebody starts saying something like, well, this isn't right and it caused me harm, I'm going to say, well, this is what the homeowner said. That's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the file, I'm going to pull the dual entry sheet, and I'm going to say, you, Mr. Homeowner, you said this about your home that you lived in. I didn't say it.
Right, but I would think you could pitch it to them too, like as a, this is, instead of you asking on a text, is your HVAC, is it gas or electric or that, that kind of stuff, and it's just being these one-off pieces of information when you're trying to get it from a client. It's a more formal document that allows them to actually think through and go and specifically check it versus it being a quick response that's, I guess, discombobulated throughout the listing process.
And it's you can just pitch it as a positive. We want to get every aspect of your home marketed to your potential buyers. So we're going to go through this and make sure we know everything.
Okay. These are all points. These are all angles on it, right? That's all true. How would I do it? Well, I'd do it like this. One of two ways. If you don't have a pre-listing package, this is now the reason to get one. You should have one. Too many people are just setting the listing appointment and then showing up. And here's what I'd say to you. When you do that, you put way too much pressure on yourself. You ain't that good. I don't know who you think you are, but you ain't that good. I wouldn't put that much pressure on yourself. You might just be having an off day. But you put all the pressure on yourself to perform in that period of time. And that's why some of your listing appointments are taking way too long. You didn't handle what could be handled in advance. So would I have a pre-listing package? Yes. And I would say, hey, Bob, for our appointment tomorrow at 2 o'clock, I'll need you to have your security deed, please. A copy of your security deed. I'll need you to complete this profile sheet on your home so that I fully understand all the features your home has to offer. And if you have a survey or a past appraisal, those would be very helpful too. Look forward to seeing you at 2. He's got to do some homework too, not just me. That's fair and reasonable. How are you expected? Here's what some of you are doing. You're just getting them to sign the listing agreement. And then you go and you either turn it over to Dwayne or you enter it yourself, and you either do it off of memory, bad idea, or you turn it over to Dwayne and you say, fill it out. Well, how's he supposed to know? He's never seen the house. Well, look at the pictures. Oh, really? I'm going to enter all the features of your home off the pictures. Come on, folks. We're being intellectually lazy.
Yeah.
And it's ripe for mistakes. So what would I do? Well, I would use a pre-listing package. Absolutely. Every time, without doubt. And there's other things I would put in there. I'd put my whole marketing plan in there. I'd put my whole listing presentation in there. Because I don't want to talk to you about that stuff, Bob, tomorrow at 2. I want you to already look for it. And then when I show up, I'm going to say, Bob, did you have a chance of looking at the marketing plan that I sent to you yesterday?
Yes.
Great. Did you have any questions?
That's good.
Bob, was there anything that you wanted done to market your home that I didn't include there?
No, I don't think so.
I'm standing at his front door. I've just walked in the house and I'm saying this to him. Okay, great. So can we see your house?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Hey, by the way, if I was to implement that marketing program and you were to keep the house in nice shape and price it competitively, what do you think? Can we get the house sold?
I hope so.
Me too. What did Bob just do?
Yes.
He just agreed that I have a very effective marketing program that if he'll price his house right and keep it in good shape, the house should sell. Do I need to talk about it any further?
Nope.
Only if he wants to. Now, if you didn't have to go through your listing presentation, how long would your appointments take?
30 minutes.
30 minutes?
They take a lot less, okay? Hey, my contention is, don't put the burden on yourself if they don't want it. Now, when I'm walking around the house with Bob, I got my tools out. In this case, I've got my iPad. And we're going through the house. So, Bob, we're in your basement. How many hot waters do you have? How many hot water heaters do you have?
One.
Just one? And is it gas or electric?
Gas.
Great. Oh, great. Double ovens, gas, electric.
Electric.
Boom. What else? All these little things. Your roof, asphalt, composite shingles?
Sure.
You don't know, do you? Okay, that's fine. You're on public sewer here, is that right?
That's right.
Great. Walking around the house, clicking it as I go. Now I want to ask you a question. Carl.
I'm assuming electronic signatures are okay.
Sure, I don't care. Let me ask you a question. As I'm walking around the house with my pad asking questions, is that better than walking around going, oh, where'd you ever find that wallpaper that went out of style in the late 80s? Or, wow, that orange bedroom, that's a really strong color. It must be your son's room? What great pictures of Michael Jordan you have all over this house. Right.
Yep.
What's better? Which way do you look more like a pro? That you're just relationshiping them and you're kissing their ass, walking around telling them how everything's awesome, which it's not. Or you're walking around asking relevant questions and filling out the dual entry sheet as you go through. Yuck.
Would you do, at the listing appointment, do this to feel like they become now, like you've already started work and it kind of tethers the relationship more to you? How would you go into, let's get your home ready to list at your appointment? Or do you do that separate? Or are you talking about doing this at a separate event?
Doing what at a separate event?
Your checklist.
This is my listing appointment.
Okay.
I don't know what yours looks like. I think some of you are going over and kissing their ass for an hour or two. That's not what I'm there to do. I'm a professional. How can I possibly know whether I can help you and what your house might be worth if I don't understand all the features to your home? How would I know? Some of you are saying, well, the house has been on the market before, just copy the old listing. Really? So it didn't sell before, and now you want to use the same information over again. It's called intellectual laziness.
Wrong a lot of times too.
It's wrong most of the time. So I'm going to walk through the house with you, Yak, and I'm just going to ask you questions. We're going to fill out, it's called an assumptive close. We're going to fill out the dual entry as we're walking through the house together, so that when we get done with the tour of the house, my dual entry sheet is mostly done. Hey, can we sit down at the kitchen table and talk for a minute? Would that be okay?
Absolutely.
It would. Okay, good. Good. So we sit down. Yak, you reviewed my marketing plan. I've got all the features of your home. Before we move forward, did you have any questions?
No.
You don't have any questions?
No.
Okay, great. Somebody have a question?
What's your commission?
What's my commission? Great. I have a 3-tiered program, Andy. I have a bronze, a silver, and a platinum level. The bronze level's at 4%, but I wouldn't use that on a house like yours. It's much too nice. We usually use that on things we're just going to give away the first week, and I don't hear you talking about giving anything away. Is that right? Mm-hmm. It is? Okay, so then what I would like to talk to you about is my silver and my platinum program. Can we start with the platinum program? Okay, great. It's at 8%. I don't make anything extra. We use the extra as a bonus program to the selling agent to differentiate your home in the marketplace. Can you see where if we offered a 5% commission to a selling agent when everybody else is offering 3%, your home might pop out and stand out a little bit more? You can. It works great. I use it all the time. And if Andy says, well, I'm not doing that, that's crazy talk. I'm like, okay, well, I do have a silver program. It's effective too. It works. You don't get the little extra bang and surge right out of the beginning, but it is effective too, and that's at 6%. Which one would you like to go with, Andy?
The silver.
Silver's okay with you? Okay. If I give her a choice, what they don't like is they don't like not having the choice. But what I want to talk to you about today is using the dual entry to differentiate yourself in the listing appointment. Because what I think is, what everybody else that they're speaking to is doing, just walking around going, wow, that wallpaper's awesome. And they know it's not, and you know it's not, but you're kissing their ass because you think that's the way you're going to get their business. And I would contend, walk in there and look like a professional, like you know what you're doing. I'm here. Let's go through this together. Well, some people don't want to go through it together. Yeah, I get it, but you're going to, because this is a house. It's a huge investment. It is worth making sure that this is done right. And if it's not worth it, what's going on here? If this isn't like the most important thing that's going on in your customer's life, if you get that sense that they don't even want to talk about it, they don't want to deal with it, just go do it, something's going on. You need to find out what, because that's weird. This should be like a big deal to them, whether it's their home or whether it's an investment property. This is a big deal. Look like a pro. I don't have an iPad. I didn't load, or I do, but I didn't load the dual entry on it. I don't care. Walk in there with the notebook and have the paper dual entry and be filling it out with them. You actually look like a professional when you do that. But all of you are so eager to appease and kiss these people's ass and beg for the business that you actually end up looking weak. And then this final point, whether none of that was true or not, it doesn't matter. Here's what does matter. Bob, have you ever turned in a listing where we got the school district wrong?
Yes.
You have.
Yes.
How'd that feel?
That was pretty rare.
Why don't you tell me about how the homeowner brings it to your attention?
You got the school wrong. You don't know anything about the area.
How's that taste? Hey, you left off a bedroom. Hey, that's what happens when you just go make it up and you're doing it off of memory and pictures when you're not there. I contend you lack professionalism. Don't do that. If you did that with my home, I'd be pissed off too. Don't do that. Be a pro. Now, you can use a pad, you can use a notebook and just have the paper dual entry. I guess it doesn't matter. I want them, Bob, in that situation, if your homeowner had signed off on the dual entry sheet, wouldn't they have been agreeing that well, gosh, I just entered the schools that you said. How do you do stuff like that? So I think this home, you went to Roswell North Elementary, right? And I'll use that. This home's in the Roswell North Elementary School District. Is that right, Andy?
No.
It's not. Oh my gosh. Well, what school district is it in? Right. Is it possible that school districts, they ever changed the lines?
Yep, they've got one.
They have.
Yeah.
And you're just supposed to know that. What if they just did it recently and you're not aware of it? Oh gosh, my information showed it being Roswell North. I'm so glad I asked. Right.
I did that once and lost a buyer because they were looking for a particular middle school, and it has changed.
You know, my contention is this, folks. We put such a burden on ourselves that's not needed. It's not needed. Bob, you don't need to open yourself up to that kind of criticism, because when you're doing it from memory or pictures or you're researching it on your own, mistakes are going to happen. In his situation, what happened was help plugged in, they do a search. Well, they've never been to the house. They don't know. They do a search. They plug the property address in, comes up with a school district. What if there's 2 or 3 addresses in Atlanta? Like 123 Main Street. Well, there's like 3 of them that come up. They're going to get it wrong. Was anybody incompetent and a bad person and stupid and lazy? No, it was ripe for mistakes. If we had had a dual entry sheet and the homeowner had signed off on it and you signed off on it, the opportunity for mistakes and criticism back to you gets minimized. But my whole contention is, I know that's a pain in the butt. And I know you don't even want to sign listing agreement. This is the characteristic of great sales agents. Great ones. You hate the details. Here's what I know, because I am you. If I allow you to collect your commission check at closing and we don't have a complete file, do you care to guess what the odds that I'm going to get a complete file one day from you are?
0.
0. It ain't gonna happen. You know how you get a complete file? Hey, Tara, you don't get paid until I have a complete file.
Tell me what you need.
That's right. Tell me what you need. It miraculously shows up instantly. Oh, don't worry about it. Just give her a pay at close and she'll work with us afterwards. Yeah, right. That ain't happening. I know we hate this stuff. But my contention with you today is you can turn it around and actually make it a point of differentiation for you. You can look and sound different to your clients in the appointment, which I know is what we desperately are seeking. How can I look and sound different in a sea of real estate agents? Yes?
Just curious if we have to do the dual entry form if we're not members of the MLS. Or we can shorten them.
Yeah, you can.
That's my last one.
Yeah, you can do that.
It's the same one.
It's the same form, if that's more simple. I just want something in the file that the homeowner signed off and says, yes, I agree, this is true and accurate and complete information. That's all they're doing. So that minimize your risk. Because I'm telling you, writing an $8,000 check you ever write a big check to the IRS? And when you're writing it, you tell me, you're not sitting there thinking of all the other things you could do with that money? I could buy a boat with this money. I could go to the Virgin Islands on this money for a week. Yeah, there's a lot of things you could do, but you're going to send it to the... It tastes bad.
Is there, on the entry form, is there actual place for everybody to sign, or do we need to kind of compose our own document?
I don't care where they sign it.
Okay.
There is on the bottom.
There is on the bottom, but I just want them to sign it somewhere acknowledging. Now, are they going to look over it and make sure it's true and accurate?
Probably.
Probably not.
That's one.
I don't care. Everything you do in your life, you click a user agreement. Do you not? Mm-hmm. And who is the person in the room that sits there and reads all the user agreements? Anybody? McGee, you read them? Nobody reads that crap. You click it or you don't get the product that you want, right? Same thing here. You don't have to like it. Use it as a point of differentiation. Fair enough? Questions? Who disagrees with me? Nobody? We're in complete agreement? Wow, I must be that good.
I think my only concern would be going to the house and filling out the whole dual entry form and then sitting down and not getting the listing.
Well, don't let that happen. My point is, when you go in there and you look and you sound different and you look like a pro and like you know what you're doing, and I think this is what we're all searching for, like what's a listing presentation look like? My contention is it's not where you sit there and give them a PowerPoint presentation for 2 hours. That's god-awful horrible. If you're doing that, if you're giving people flip chart presentations, like as soon as they see you pull the little book out, well, let me tell you how I market homes. Let me tell you the reaction going in on their brain. Oh my God, she's not going to do that. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. And when I say, so Bob, did you get the marketing plan of action that I sent to you last night?
Yes.
Did you have any questions? Now, before he answers it, he thinks in his brain what you think in your brain at the end of my sessions. Oh, God, please, nobody ask a question. Okay? Enough. We got to go. How many times are they going to say, well, as a matter of fact, I do have some questions?
10%.
Some are. Your analyticals, they will. Carl, you recently took 3 listings at 7%. How'd you get 7% on those? 4 now. 4 in the last week. How'd you get 7%? 5? How'd you get 7%?
I couldn't focus on it. I just said, this is what we charge them.
He asked. Most of us aren't even asking. Most of us feel uncomfortable asking for 6. Oh, they're going to want me to discount it. Hey, some will want you to discount it, and some will only want to pay you 6, and some will pay whatever you ask them to pay. They just ask. What are they going to do? They're going to say no. No! The boogeyman? Yes.
That's a great point too. When you have 7 on your form and they say no, great, I'd really like to work with you guys. I'm happy to discount down to 6.
Yeah, they beat you down to 6.
Wow, okay. That hurts me.
Ask.
Don't say that in the meeting.
7, 3 to the other agent.
I'm not paying more than 3 to the other agent. I have a problem with that.
He just did one with our instant offers program where he's getting 4% and the homeowner's getting a $1,500 bonus. Now, should you expect this on every one? No, but if you don't ask, let me get back on point as we close. I know this is an irritant. I know it's a pain in the ass, and I don't care. We have to do it anyhow. It's just smart business. And my job is to make sure that we minimize your risk and my risk wherever possible. So we look like the dumbasses of the world if we knew this was possible and we didn't take some action to minimize it, especially when there's multiple other benefits. Right? Okay. Use it to look like a pro when you go in. Quit sitting with people for 2 hours giving them flip chart presentations, trying to tell them how great you are and how great your company is. It's what everybody else is doing. You sound just like everybody else to them. So when they pick another agent, why do you think they picked another agent? Anybody want to take a stab?
They were different.
They weren't. They looked and sound just like you. They're in the same program. They went to the same conference and same seminar, and they're saying the same things to them that you said. You all look and sound exactly the same. So who do I decide to list my home with? Now y'all look and sound the same.
Cheapest.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, who's cheaper? And that is how all decisions are made. Cheap works if you can get people to believe what Rhonda Duffy gets them to believe. All real estate agents are the same, so why pay more? Yeah, that's true. If you're all the same, why pay more? Every product you can think of works that way. If it's called marginalization. If it's all the same, then I go with the cheapest. Don't look the same. Quit going in there and talking to people and sounding just like everybody else does. At all cost, go in and look and sound different. Otherwise, where does your commission objection come from? It comes from that. I think all of you are the same. Everybody in this room is the same. None of you can do anything that nobody else can do. Then I'm just going to hire the cheapest one. Of course I would. That's what you would do too. Unless somebody actually looked and sounded different to me and I thought I might be better off with that choice. I pay more for tires for my car. Why? They last longer. So I actually save money because I get a lot more mileage out of my tires than what somebody else might get buying cheaper tires. I have to believe that before I'm willing to do it, right? But if you could convince me, hey, Mike, go to Discount Tires, you're going to get the same number of miles out of the tires as if you go and buy the premium brand. It's the same. Who puts premium gas in their car? Nobody puts the premium? You do? Why?
Because I want it to last a lot longer, and that's what the manual recommends.
So you believe that.
Yeah.
But nobody else in here puts the premium gasoline? Adam, you don't use premium? Why?
I don't think that there's that big of a difference.
Listen to what he just said, and that's what's going on in your real estate career.